Welcome once again to the Daily Message. Today we celebrate the feast of Saints Peter and Paul. Peter and Paul, of course, are two of the great early leaders of the church, two of the great authorities. Peter, the first bishop of Rome, Paul, the first great Christian missionary. It would be easy to think that Peter and Paul were always on the same page because they both believed in Christ and both believed in spreading the gospel. But I'm calling your attention today, this little passage from the letter to the Galatians, Paul's letter to the Galatians. He says this: when Cephas, that's Peter, came to Antioch, I opposed him face to face because he stood self-condemned. For until certain people came from James, he used to eat with the Gentiles. In other words, he did not observe the kosher laws. But after they came, he drew back and kept himself separate for fear of the circumcision faction, those who wanted the new Christians to observe all of the laws and guidelines of Judaism. And the other Jews joined him in this hypocrisy, so that even Barnabas was led astray by their hypocrisy. But when I saw that they were not acting consistently with the truth of the gospel, I said to Cephas before them all, if you, though a Jew, live like a Gentile and not like a Jew, how can you compel the Gentiles to live like Jews? In other words, Paul was one of those who believed that the Gentiles, the new Christian converts, did not have to follow the kosher laws, the circumcision laws, and things like that. And he's accusing Peter of hypocrisy. My point here is simply this, that these two men who are so important to the early spread of Christianity could disagree vehemently on this point. And yet, that's a sign of the strength of their relationship, that they were able to quarrel with each other, but for the right reason, because they were both searching for the truth. And I think there's something to be said about our own relationships, that disagreement, quarreling, argument is not necessarily a sign that there's something wrong with a relationship. Two people who really care about each other are able to disagree with each other as long as they have respect for each other and respect for the truth. Thank you so much for watching and listening today.